Attorney General Jeff Sessions is blasting Democratic officials in California for what he calls their radical open borders agenda. The Justice Department announced yesterday it was filing a lawsuit against the sanctuary state over 3 laws it says obstruct federal immigration policy. In a speech in Sacramento today, Sessions called those laws unconstitutional.
ICE agents are federal law enforcement officers carrying out federal law. California cannot forbid them or obstruct them in doing their jobs. There is no nullification. There is no secession. Federal law is the supreme law of the land. I would invite any doubters to go to Gettysburg or to the tombstones of John C. Calhoun and Abraham Lincoln. This matter has been settled.
California Governor Jerry Brown reacted by calling Sessions a liar, demanding he apologize and accusing him of launching a reign of terror. Brown also gave a shout out to Fox News, although we don't think it was meant as a compliment.
This is really unprecedented for the chief law enforcement of the United States to come out to California and act more like Fox News than a law enforcement officer. This is basically going to war against the state of California, the engine of the American economy. It's not wise, it's not right, and it will not stand.
All right, let's get into all of this with Fox News contributor, former White House Press Secretary Ari Fleischer, who's in Oakland tonight, and in Fort Worth, Texas, immigration attorney Francisco Hernandez. Let's start with you, Ari. This is wild today. Sessions goes out there, does a flyby in Sacramento, and this is what Jerry Brown said when he first was asked about this event today. Let's watch.
You called this an act of war from the federal government.
An act of war?
You said that was...
That's pretty strong. But I reincorporate that comment, yes. Okay.
He reincorporates the comment. I don't know if he meant reiterates. I couldn't follow it. But Ari, this is a wild situation. We have dangerous criminals that ICE is trying to apprehend, and we have mayors. You're in Oakland tonight, Libby Schaaf,
yep.
Warning people leave. That means some violent offenders are absconding, probably because they heard the raids are coming. Who's to blame here?
Look, Laura, I'm a first-generation American. My mother is an immigrant to this great country, and I happen to think immigrants enrich us. They make us a stronger, better country. But you know why they come here? They come here because we have the rule of law, because we're a nation of laws. And when people like the mayor of Oakland go ahead and decide that they can violate the law, they can have sanctuaries, that not only do they are sanctuary cities now, but they actually oppose the enforcement of federal law, the Attorney General is 100% right. This is modern-day nullification. I'm very glad the Attorney General did what he did, and I say that as a child of an immigrant who loves this country.
Francisco.
Oh, come on. Wave the flag. Miss Ingram, you were a Supreme Court law clerk. Come on. It's a federal preemption. Why do you have to file a lawsuit to say that what some mayor says is invalid? It is invalid prima facie on its face. A mayor can't oppose the federal government. I mean, come on, really. There is no such thing as a sanctuary city. It's a political phantom. But the problem with the Attorney General filing a lawsuit is maybe he will accidentally recognize that maybe California has the right to obstruct the federal government. We wouldn't be complaining if Virginia did the same thing. It just seems to be that everybody's against California.
Well, Francisco,
but you and I know that
you surely remember, Francisco, that the Obama administration, of course, heavy-footed into Arizona when they came up with their own tough immigration enforcement. And they went in and they said, we preempt you. Were you against that too?
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's right. Any sanctuary city policy
Francisco,
is preempted.
You and I were debating this back then. Obama came in and said federal law preempts you, Arizona. The Supreme Court, in large part, agreed. What Jeff Sessions did today is said, we're following the Obama example on federal preemption. Now you're saying what you're saying is that now you reject that because then you supported it when Obama did it.
I just said, why do you even have to file a lawsuit? States filed the lawsuit against the federal government. Now you're talking about the federal government filing a lawsuit against the states?
Right, because they're obstructing federal immigration process, and that's actually a violation of federal law. Yeah, well, you can't harbor
they
illegal
can't,
immigrants or encourage illegal
But they don't
immigration.
harbor them. It's a 48-hour
They don't harbor
hold.
them? Oh, my God. Yeah,
If
Francisco,
ICE
all
doesn't
right.
pick them up within 48 hours, federal law says they have to release them. That's all it is. It's a
Ari,
federal law that they have
Ari,
to...
you heard what Francisco says. The idea of a sanctuary city, that's just a phantom idea. There's no
It's
such
a
thing
political
as sanctuary
phantom.
policies.
No,
well, why do they actually
does
have a
not
law
exist?
establishing
Laura,
a sanctuary state then? Go ahead.
What's a phantom are the 600 people here in the city that I'm in today, Oakland, who got away because they were warned by the mayor. Those 600 illegal immigrants, all of whom have criminal charges standing against them, they escaped because
told the mayor?
helped them to escape. Look, if a mayor
told
in
the
New York City warned that the Security and Exchange Commission was coming into Wall Street, and she said, hide all your papers, everybody on Wall Street, people would object. If a mayor who had a lot of union workers and factories in town said, OSHA is coming, the Department of Labor is coming, quick, hide everything you're doing, people would object. No difference between that and what the mayor did here.
Where's the leak?
With the bigger difference being that these people have criminal violations against them.
Yeah,
if a
listen.
mayor hears about it, a mayor's obligation is to help the federal government enforce the law,
Francisco,
not take the side of illegal immigrants who are violating the law.
Well, it's endangering everybody, the ICE agents and everyone, including legal immigrants
Who leaked
and people
it from
living
Homeland
in these
Security?
Well,
Who leaked
Francisco,
it? Where's the leak?
Francisco, are
That's
you
more
concerned?
concerning.
Francisco, are you concerned about crime then being committed by individuals who may have been picked up in this raid after they were warned by the mayor?
No,
Libby
why don't
Schaaf,
they
who's
pick 'em up
crying
at the
racism,
jail?
shocker. She's crying racism. She said Jeff Sessions is basically advancing a racist agenda today. That's lovely.
But see,
but are you worried about the crime that might be committed?
Is the tail wagging the dog? Why don't they pick them up when they're
I don't know
first
what that
arrested in
cliche
the jail?
means, but it doesn't answer the question.
Why don't they pick them up?
If crime is committed, Francisco, after these guys heard this warning from the mayor who's crying racism, if crime is committed by them, who actually has some culpability here other than the criminal? Libby Schaaf. She's thwarting federal immigration law. The woman should be put in jail. She's harboring illegal immigrants. It's against U.S. law.
You can sustain a federal prosecution because ICE leaked a proposed raid on arrest. Why didn't they pick them up when they first got in jail?
It's a simple point, subject, verb, direct object. I don't understand why we don't understand it.
It's just because it's California. If it were Virginia, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Well, believe me, I'd go harder on Virginia, but I appreciate it. Great segment, guys.